Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And today, boy, it's nice out there, wasn't it? A lot different than the weather we had over the weekend. Check out that beautiful blue sky. Yeah, spring is not too far away. In fact, only 3 days away. First day of spring coming up on Thursday. It felt a little more spring-like today, although still temperatures below where we should see them for this time of year. But I don't think anybody was complaining with all of that sunshine out there today. And temperatures today, after being in the 30s, look at that, a nice rebound from those 30-degree temperatures over the weekend. Didn't quite make 50 in Wenatchee, awfully close, and most of those temperatures were right on from where we were this afternoon, anywhere from 45 degrees all the way up to 51 degrees. And we've got more warm temperatures to tell you about, and we'll do that coming up a little bit later on in your weather forecast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A Catholic priest in Mattawa was diagnosed this weekend with coronavirus. A Wenatchee man is accused of abusing 2 children by choking and punching them in the stomach. And a Soap Lake police officer was pepper sprayed by a suspect late Saturday night. But first, we begin tonight, and it's all about COVID-19. Starting at midnight tonight, an emergency order from Governor Jay Inslee will temporarily shut down all restaurants, bars, and entertainment venues in Washington and limit all public gatherings to 50 or fewer people. Grocery stores and pharmacies are exempt from the closures, but retail stores must limit the amount of people inside to 50 or less people at any given time. Restaurants can provide takeout and delivery, but customers will not be allowed to dine inside.
This order is operational for 2 weeks and obviously may be extended. The reason is quite clear. We represent about 2% of the population of the United States, but we represent over 20% of the infections. Today it's 796 infections. Never since World War II have we faced a situation like this where we both can be part of this battle, but must be part of this battle. This is bigger than all of us, and I am fully confident that Washingtonians will rise to this challenge to get back to a normal state of our life as soon as humanly possible. But all of us have to recognize for the next several weeks, normal is not in our game plan. And I will be announcing both mandatory rules in this regard and a request for Washingtonians to understand that central premise.
This follows Friday's announcement that the governor has ordered all K-12 schools in our state to close starting tomorrow until at least April 24th. It's not just restaurants. Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort outside of Wenatchee said this morning it shut down for the season. Vail Resorts closed all of its mountain ski areas, including Stevens Pass, for at least a week. Confluence Health, the Wenatchee Valley's largest medical provider, says it will postpone elective surgeries and routine patient visits for at least the next 6 weeks. Local governments are postponing public meetings or figuring out ways to hold them virtually. And the Chelan County PUD closed its lobby to the public until further notice, all because of coronavirus concerns. As of Monday, the Washington State Department of Health has confirmed 769 COVID-19 cases in Washington state. 42 deaths have been recorded, including one Grant County resident who died in hospital care in Wenatchee. Large-scale and convenient testing for the novel coronavirus has come to Wenatchee. Over the weekend, Confluence Health opened its first drive-through center for patients who worry they might have been exposed to the infectious disease. They can get their results in about 72 hours. NCWLIFE visited the pop-up facility for a closer look.
At some point towards the end of last week, the decision was made, and in about 24 to 48 hours, we had this place set up and running. Prior to starting this up, we initiated a hotline that people could call to receive a screening over the phone. Seeing an increase in volume in the hotline and potential and a relaxing of the testing standards, we decided to open this up. A couple of main reasons. One is our focus to keep both patients and our staff and physicians safe. by offering a drive-through testing facility. This allows people to receive the testing that they need without having to enter the buildings and potentially spread the virus or infection to other people. So before they're seen here, they need to either have been screened on the hotline number that I mentioned earlier, or seen in the clinic or screened by their primary care provider. Over the weekend, we had about 45 people come through. Today, it's mid-morning, and we've had about 12 or 15 so far today. The criteria at this point really is just if you have a fever and any respiratory symptoms, a cough generally, or a tightness in breathing, shortness of breath. If you have those symptoms, then an order can be put in for you to come here to be tested. We've got sort of two steps in our process. One is a registration step, just to make sure that you have been pre-screened and that there's an order in place for the test to be done. Once that's confirmed, then the car is pulled forward, and as all the patient has to do is look forward and tilt their head back a little bit, rest it against the headrest, and then the medical assistant or nurse that's taking the test does the rest. They'll reach in, and it's a nasal swab, the test is, so they reach in with the test swab and just insert that up the nasal passageway, and then that's it. Test is done, and the patients are free to go. We are expecting increases in volumes each day. Exactly how much that's going to increase and how quickly that's going to increase is hard to predict, but certainly as the week goes on, we're anticipating a regular increase in volume throughout the coming weeks.
A Catholic priest in Mattawa was diagnosed this weekend with coronavirus. Father Alejandro Trejo, pastor of Our Lady of the Desert Parish, becomes the third case of COVID-19 identified in that county. The local health district and the Diocese of Yakima alerted parishioners on Sunday. They say Trejo has been hospitalized since March 1st in Richland for treatment of pneumonia. Bishop Joseph Tyson said in a statement, quote, "Father Alex continues to recover well, and we are appreciative of the prayers of many, many parishioners and the excellent care of hospital staff," unquote. It's unknown how Trejo contracted the virus. Meanwhile, a Wenatchee man is accused of abusing two children by choking and punching them in the stomach. Wenatchee police on Thursday arrested Albert Alex Rivas, who's 35, on suspicion of child assault. They say he routinely choked one of the children, an 11-year-old girl, almost to the point of unconsciousness, and also choked and punched a 9-year-old boy. Prosecutors are likely to bring criminal charges this week. Rivas is currently held in the Chelan County Jail on $100,000 bond. A Soap Lake police officer was pepper sprayed by a suspect late Saturday night. It started just before midnight when Officer Robert Geets spotted a vehicle with no lights blocking Lakemore Drive near Yenny storage units. Police say 26-year-old Fernando Camarena, one of the vehicle's occupants, admitted the car was stolen, gave a false name, then took off running. A foot chase covered several blocks before Camarena turned and pepper sprayed Geets, who then used a taser on Camarena. The officer and Camarena were both treated for injuries before Camarena was charged with numerous crimes, including felony assault. Well, coming up next here on the NCWLIFE Evening News, a suspected car thief went off-road this morning during a police pursuit in Quincy, with the chase ending in a big pile of rocks and debris. An early morning fire Sunday near Ephrata destroyed a trailer house. The race to replace outgoing Chelan County Commissioner Doug England grew to 3 in an announcement last night. And if you're looking for an opportunity to get away from it all, and aren't we all, the Forest Service began taking reservations today for campsites at the Lake Creek Campground. It's about 20 miles up the Eniat River Road. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today, 509-663-1710.
Welcome back. In another news, a suspected car thief went off-road this morning during a police pursuit in Quincy, with the chase ending in a big pile of rocks and debris. 25-year-old Mary Aldana of Quincy faces numerous charges after allegedly stealing a 2016 GMC Duramax 2500 in the 1000 block of Intermodal Way. When an officer located the stolen truck about 7:30 a.m., it led to a short pursuit before the truck crashed into the large debris pile at Division Road and 1st Avenue Southeast. Police say Aldana was found on the ground outside the truck and was taken to the hospital for minor injuries. Well, an early morning fire Sunday near Ephrata destroyed a trailer house. About 3:30 a.m., firefighters from Grant County Fire District 13 and Ephrata responded to the fire in the 13,000 block of Drumheller Road to find the trailer fully engulfed. The modified trailer, which had been used as a home, was completely destroyed, and a nearby pump house received substantial damage. There were no reported injuries. Firefighters spent about 2 hours putting out that fire. Well, the race to replace outgoing Chelan County Commissioner Doug England grew to 3 in an announcement last night. Brant Chappell, a 33-year-old Sunny Slope resident, announced his candidacy last night in a press release. Brant currently works as a legislative assistant to Representative Keith Gaynor after working as a legislative assistant to former Representative Kerry Kandata. Capel, a Wenatchee High School graduate, joins 2 other declared candidates for that seat, England's brother Dale England and Chelan resident Tiffany Gehring. All 3 are Republicans. Well, if you're looking for an opportunity to get away from it all, the Forest Service began taking reservations today for campsites at the Lake Creek Campground about 28 miles up the Eniat River Road. Reservations can be made up to 6 months in advance at recreation.gov. About half the 18 campsites can be reserved in advance, with the others on a first-come, first-served basis. Campsites are $10 a night with an $8 reservation fee if booked online. Boy, camping sounds great right now, doesn't it? You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu, because we work to get you to work.
Hi, this is Brian Snyder with BlackRock Asphalt Services here in Wenatchee, your local BlackRock seal coat company. Have you looked at your driveway or parking lot lately? Is it gray and oxidized? Does it have cracks that have not been taken care of? Or do you have striping that is pretty much non-existent? Please give us a call locally here, 509-665-9769. Learn more at blackrockasphaltsealcoating.com.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. And with Blue Lagoon's home show pricing, you can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special for only $99. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, the outbreak of coronavirus and new restrictions on gatherings have local churches thinking up new ways to serve the faithful. NCWLIFE Jefferson Robbins has more.
When you run a sizable parish, a COVID-19 pandemic requires new ways to think about going to church. As Governor Jay Inslee announced steps to reduce crowd sizes and keep the virus spread to a minimum, houses of worship were forced to scrap their typical large-scale weekend services.
Many of you have been calling, texting, emailing, wondering about whether or not we're going to gather this Sunday in a physical space.
St. Joseph's Catholic Church and the Diocese of Yakima have canceled several retreats and meetings through Palm Sunday, changed the way they bestow sacraments, and asked parishioners who feel sick to stay home. Grace City Church normally meets at the Numerica Performing Arts Center while its new facilities are being built in Sunny Slope. Pastor Josh McPherson last week organized an online service instead.
And our answer for you is we are going to gather this Sunday for one service at 10 a.m. in digital spaces in many different places in their own homes.
The approach was the same at Sage Hills Church with Pastor Mike Wilson.
We will be having church this weekend. The only difference is we are going to be having church in your home.
And several churches are encouraging parishioners to attend service by Facebook Live or other online streams. Check with your house of worship for any other guidelines. Jefferson Robbins, NCWLIFE.
We shift gears now to something a little more positive, and that's our north central Washington weather forecast, because it's going to be a beautiful one this week, and it all started today. Look at that blue sky out there. That's what all of us in north central Washington enjoyed today. Temperatures, don't get me wrong, still a little bit cool for this time of year, but not as cool as over the weekend, where we set a record low temperature yesterday of only 21 degrees. A little better than that this morning. We were at 26, not quite record level, but awfully darn close. 46 our unofficial high today, but I think we ticked up to about 48 degrees today, so not bad, but still below where we should be for this time of year. 54 now, a beautiful normal high temperature. 35 is our normal low. Record high 72 back in 1972. Record low 25 degrees. Awfully close, right? 1997. We did pick up almost 4/10 of an inch of moisture because of that snow and rain over the weekend. Most of that was Friday overnight into Saturday, but that now gets us to 1.60 inches of precipitation. That's since January 1st, but unfortunately, that's still about 6/10 below where we should be for this time of year. Snowfall, we added another inch to that because of the snow we picked up on Friday, so we're at 12.2 inches, and that goes all the way back to October 1st of last year. Sunrise 7:10, and the sunset tonight will be at 7:09. So almost exact same amount of daylight and darkness right now here on March 16th. Let's take a look now at how your Tuesday will shape up, and we're just going to continue a slow warming trend as we make our way through the week, and that will once again begin tomorrow. 51 for Moses Lake and Ephrata. 50 for Quincy, Ellensburg, and right here in Wenatchee. A little bit cooler in the upper elevations of the upper Wenatchee Valley, but beautiful from Eniat to Chelan. Omak, a nice one tomorrow as well at 50 degrees. We're seeing just partly cloudy skies tonight as we take a look at that surface loop. Not much happening out there. It will be a little bit cool once again. Not quite 26 degrees, but very close. Northwest breeze. There is a storm system off the coast, but with high pressure over the western United States, it's really not going to allow that storm system to move into our area, so expect just warmer temperatures as we continue our trek through the week. Increasing clouds on Tuesday. It will be warmer. Keep in mind the yellows, those are mid-50s, and we're going to see that down in the Tri-Cities. We won't quite be that warm. We'll be about 53, 54 degrees for Wednesday, and that's about normal, seasonal we'll call it for Wednesday, with not many clouds around either, so enjoy that sunshine. Get outside. Don't be cooped up in your house. Go for a walk or a bike ride. Thursday, here we go. The first day of spring, the first time spring has arrived on March 19th since 18 86. So a long time since we've had spring on Thursday. Friday, our first full day of spring. Looks pretty good. We'll see some clouds out there, but mild daytime temperatures with highs on Friday. We will be flirting with 60 degrees as we get in, especially into the weekend. Friday, about 56. Saturday, partly cloudy skies. That area of low pressure that brought all the clouds will slowly continue to slide into Southern California, so no problem with that. We'll just continue to see a lot of sunshine and very mild temperatures. In fact, Sunday, we're talking low to mid 60s in the Tri-Cities. You folks in Moses Lake could see about 63 and maybe, just maybe, even 60 here in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's take a look at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating and Cooling 7-day forecast. 27 the overnight low tonight, so still well below where we should be for this time of year. And here's that slow warm up. 50 on Tuesday, 52 Wednesday, 53 on Thursday. Yeah, you see the trend. Mostly cloudy Friday and 54. And we'll keep going up as we get into the upcoming weekend. Partly cloudy on both Saturday and Sunday, 57 Saturday, and all the way up to 58 degrees, our high temperature on Sunday. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more, as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
Introducing the most capable Sierra lineup ever.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Monday to you. Kashmir's Haley Van Lith will have to make a little more room on her trophy shelf in the wall of plaques for one more. Van Lith was named the Seattle Times All-State Girls Player of the Year. The Kashmir senior finished her brilliant high school career a week ago at the State 1A tournament, scoring 27 points in a championship loss to Linden Christian. Haley averaged over 32 points her senior year, finished with 2,994 career points, most ever in state history. Van Lith is quoted in the Seattle Times article that she puts the devastating loss of the title game behind her, is now focusing on her future at Louisville. She said she hopes people remember the way she played the game and that, quote, "My opponents remember hating playing me because I was the worst to play against," end quote. Well, today's the final day athletes around the state had to turn in their sports gear. Today is the last day of school for everyone in Washington until late April. School districts were expecting any equipment or uniforms to be returned today since there will be no practice allowed over the next month plus. We've reached out to area athletic directors to learn what the plan is once school resumes the end of April. According to our records, the first available game once school is back in session would be April 28th. We'll find out if leagues will try to make up any of the games lost or just pick up a short scheduled season once school resumes. Well, Lord knows we could use a little levity in our days right now. So that's what I'm going to try to do here over the next few weeks on the NCWLIFE channel sports segment, because there's not a lot of sports going on. Here's an actual sign posted at the Juneau International Airport warning of coyote activity. It says, quote, "Coyotes are wild animals and can be dangerous. Do not encourage them to approach. They are smart, fast, and will take what they can get. All pets must be kept on a leash or under competent control for your safety and for the safety of the animals. Keep them at a distance. Never feed coyotes." And then you read it carefully. It says, "Call airport wildlife or airfield maintenance if you see dangerous coyote activity, such as coyotes carrying box marked Acme, coyote detonating explosives or TNT, coyote in possession of giant magnet, coyote holding signs such as detour or free birdseed, coyote in possession of a catapult, coyote dropping anvil from hot air balloon." And of course, the pertinent phone numbers to call if you see such wily activity. Well, here we go. The first of my many part series.
So, What does a sports guy do when there's no sports? Okay. Now. All right, 3 seconds left in the game. His team is down by 2. Wind a little left to right. Here comes the attempt to win the game. The snap is back. The spot is down. The kick's away. Oh, and it's short. Coronavirus.
And that's what a sports guy does when there's no sports. Well, more of those, like it or not, coming up this week on the NCW Life channel. That's sports. Grant, back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Eric. I'd blame it on the coronavirus, too. Well, a correction before we leave you tonight. A story last week about a home in East Wenatchee proposed as housing for felons from the state's earned release program contained some inaccuracies. The appeal of the city's decision to block the proposal was filed by the homeowner and not the State Department of Corrections. In addition, it's a private citizen hoping to use the home for that purpose and not the state. We apologize for the inaccuracy. And finally tonight, a former apple blossom princess wound up in a high-profile engagement over the weekend. Elise Shea, who was part of the festival royalty back in 2011, had to cancel a trip to Paris with her fiancé, CNN reporter Oliver Darcy. But Oliver decided to propose anyway in New York City on Friday and then announced it to the world on CNN's Reliable Sources show on Sunday. Elise is a Wenatchee High School graduate now living in Manhattan. She's the daughter of Chelan County prosecutor Doug Shea and attorney Susan Hinkle. Now we'll check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. We invite you to start your day live and local here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We will be here at 7 a.m. with all the latest news, including the latest local developments on the coronavirus. You'll want to make a point to tune in for that. Plus, we'll have everything you're used to get your day going for Tuesday's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, live at 7 a.m. from this very studio. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan, and that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
The NCW Life channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and other stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCW Life channel is your local TV station.
This is Caitlin Hedershe, the producer of the NCW Life magazine. Each week, I'm bringing you a look behind the scenes of the faces, places, and events that make North Central Washington the place we call home. Tune in every weekday for an in-depth look at a new topic each week. From local artists in their studios to businesses breaking barriers that might surprise you and everything in between. Join me on the NCW Life magazine right here on the NCW Life channel.